The difficulty level you're playing on in Starfield may actually be slowing down your progress. But don't worry, today I'm going to go over another 7 hidden mechanics that the game doesn't really explain to you, but if you exploit some of these mechanics, you can become immune to damage, get more legendary weapons, level up your skill challenges much faster, and get higher quality weapons and armor sets which most people don't even seem to realize actually exist. Starting out though, let's talk about how difficulty actually works and how you can exploit it. You see, if you kill an enemy on very easy difficulty, you'll actually get the exact same amount of experience as you would if you kill them on very hard difficulty. The only real difference is that the harder the difficulty level you play on, the more ammo you'll end up pumping into targets to finish them off, and the more damage they'll do to you in return. But it turns out you can actually level up much faster by playing on the easiest difficulty. This also works for ship combat as well. Just turn down the difficulty to very easy and watch as the levels roll in much faster. Now, the amount of experience you get from the enemy is actually based on the enemy's level, so it has nothing to do with the difficulty. The higher the level of the enemy you kill, the more experience you'll get. But obviously it's faster to kill them on the easier difficulty. So if you really want to increase your experience gain, this is what you're going to do. Open up the star system map and look for the higher level star systems. The game actually tells you the average enemy level that you'll find in the different locations. So this area has level 40s, this one has level 55s, and the highest level area is level 75 plus. So head over here and all of the enemies that you meet will be a much higher level who also have better weaponry to loot. If you then kill them on the very easy difficulty, they go down much faster and you'll get 150 experience per kill instead of 10 experience per kill, which means you can level up much faster. Now, there's actually no achievements tied to Starfield's difficulty setting, so feel free to mess around with it to suit your own gameplay experience. But before you play the game on very easy difficulty, I need to tell you about tip number 2. Did you know that you can actually get way more legendary items and loot in Starfield? All you need to do to increase the spawn rate is firstly turn up your difficulty to the hardest setting. Don't worry, you don't need to actually play on the hardest game mode, but the loot rarity drop rate increases with the difficulty level. So if you just increase your difficulty before you dock at a space station, land on a planet, or go through any loading screen, all of the enemies will spawn with better weapons and armor rarity based on your difficulty setting. So if you're on very hard difficulty, once the game area loads, you can then immediately turn down the difficulty back to whatever setting you want, like very easy, and then just kill them all super quickly for a much higher chance of them dropping legendary drops. This brings me on to tip number 3. Did you know that you can actually customize legendary item effects in Starfield? Some of the legendary effects are way better than others, and you'll want to get the best ones to fit with your character build, like plus 25% damage after each headshot, or the minus 15% damage reduction from humans, who are the most common enemy type, which also stacks with Sentinel that gives you a 75% chance to absorb 50% of incoming damage. If you actually stack the right legendary effects together, you can just become immune to all damage sources. It's ridiculous. So to do this for yourself in Starfield, this is what you need to do. Because both legendary armor and weapon effects are randomized when you either loot them from a container, enter a location, or kill an enemy who's using a legendary weapon. Especially characters that have the Sergeant Elite symbol banner next to their level are guaranteed to drop an item with a rare, epic, or legendary quality on it. So you can actually just save the game just before you kill them and then check out the legendary item that they're holding, and if it's not what you want, just go ahead and reload and keep doing that until you get something that suits your character build. This also works for the legendary Mantis armor drop, which has 9 legendary effects guaranteed. You can just keep reloading until you get the best setup on the armor for your character build. I've already made a guide on where you can find that armor set, linked down below in the description. It also comes with a free spaceship as well. Next, we have tip number 4. If you're wondering where to find enemies that have these guaranteed legendary weapon drops, all you need to do is come to the mission boards for the Rangers or the UC Vanguard, and you need to look out for missions that require you to kill somebody. Accept those missions and mark it as your active quest, and then just head over there and kill the target. The target is going to have the elite banner chevrons where it shows their level. These elite mobs are always guaranteed to drop rare, epic, legendary weapons or armor, especially if you're on very hard difficulty when you load into the landing area. Once you reach the location, you're good to turn down the difficulty, find the elite sergeant enemy and save just before you kill them, and then repeatedly do that to get a legendary drop. Now, if you guys are enjoying Starfield so far, Display has actually just created these metal posters that you can attach to the wall using their magnet system. And they have the new official Starfield artwork from Bethesda, and you can check it out from the link below if you're interested in grabbing some for yourself. Next, we have tip number 5. At this point of playing Starfield, you've probably seen a few too many loading screens. Perhaps you've seen all of the loading screens. So why not take advantage of photo mode? Snap some tasteful pictures of your adventures, and then you'll find that the pictures you take in photo mode will actually start to appear on the loading screens while you're playing. Just be careful what you're photographing because anything can appear. Next, we have tip number 6. You may have noticed that some weapons in Starfield are better than others, even though they're the exact same weapon. For example, these are all Urban Eagles. None of them have any modifications. The only difference is the quality level. You see, Starfield actually has 5 quality rankings for weapons and armor. The better the quality, the higher the damage or armor resistances are going to be. Firstly, we have the basic Urban Eagle, which has the lowest damage. Then we have Calibrated, then we have Refined, and then we have Advanced. The best one is actually Superior Quality. But I've not actually been able to obtain this yet. I don't know if that's a bug and it will get patched later. Now, if you want to get the best quality of your favorite weapon, you need to be going to the high level areas on the map and killing high level enemies on harder difficulties to increase that drop rate. It's just like getting legendary items, apart from everyone can potentially drop the higher level loot. And you can use the same tips and tricks I taught you earlier to make sure you're getting those drops. Alternatively, the higher level you are, the more chance there is for shop to also stock the higher quality weapons and armor, so keep an eye out for them in the stores as well. Next, we have tip number 7. I could do a whole separate video about this, but I want to make these tips and tricks videos as educational as possible in one place for you guys to watch through. So drop a like if you do find them helpful. This is the fastest way to level up all of your combat skills and just generally level up your character level very quickly as well. Firstly, we're going to go into our star system map and search for a planet that has abundant fauna. Not flora, fauna. That means a lot of animals. This is a high level planet and I'll use it as an example. Now, wherever you land on the planet, make sure that you click the landing spot, then look on the bottom right. You can see that it says the environment you're about to land in. You're not going to find many animals in the mountain regions. In the forest, you'll find a lot of plants and some animals, but in the wetlands, you'll find mostly animals. So land there for the higher spawn rate. Once you land on the planet, make sure you have whatever weapon skills that you want, like ballistics and pistols, which I'm then going to level up by killing enemies. I'm also going to be putting the game on very easy to make this super fast. Again, you still get the same amount of XP. We're obviously going to find a lot of creatures around the ship, and we can now begin the leveling method. You'll probably already know that you get experience for scanning creatures, but if you instead just kill the creatures, you'll get both XP for killing them and also scanning them. So it's also a great way to research planets too. Also, if you're sneaking like me, you'll be able to level up your stealth attacks at the same time. You can get repeated sneak attacks on the same target. You'll notice I'm doing this at a high level area for faster experience gain. You can also do this on the planet Jameson as well though, if you just want to fight level 1 enemies. They all still count as 1 towards your skill level up. As you can see, I'm getting lots of experience, but most importantly, I'm leveling my skills really fast as well. If we go to another planet with abundant fauna, we can find packs of animals which can be culled much faster than the larger ones I was just killing. As you can see, I can quickly cull all of the wildlife in this area, getting tons of experience and skill progress. In just 20 minutes, I've leveled up my combat skills twice over for ballistics and pistols, and stealth. As you can see, if you know what you're doing, you can actually level up your combat skills stupidly fast compared to trying to do it through normal gameplay. And then once you've killed everything around your ship, just open up the map and then fast travel to another landing spot. You don't need to go back to your ship, you can just do it from wherever you are, as long as you're not in combat. And when you land in the new location, you'll find a bunch more creatures to kill again, and you can do this repeatedly. In fact, this is the fastest way to level up your combat skills in the game, because each one counts as a kill towards the next level. You also get the scanning experience and kill XP as well, and you can sell that scanned planet data to Vladimir for extra credits in the eye, which is orbiting planet Jameson. But can we just talk about how weird it is that the game rewards you for going around every planet with life and culling everything in sight? Anything that moves you kill and get experience for it. When I'm done here, there'll be nothing left on these planets. But if you want to find out who the best companions are and how you can set up your companion to be a complete killing machine, check out this other video I made on 9 Starfield mechanics you can abuse.